Alright, hello. God, it's cold as balls in this room. I'm gonna close my door. I'll be right back. Roddy, after this, what? It says you can't host? I think you just need to set that up in the options. Losing that last run, Nate and I just did a run for a low poly launch. Losing that one, it hurts, because I started off with the cat chair and the void core cannon, and it was a cherry of a run to like lose it by just like kind of running out of ammo and taking a bunch of stupid damage on the forge is hard. There's some things that are just. It was also our first like modless Gungeon co-op run in a long time, and the camera is devastating. Like, the camera is rough as shit in co-op. It just, if you're not using the mods, the camera fucking sucks the hard butt. Yo, I watched this video from CP Gray about algorithms and stuff on YouTube, and how it was a video about machine learning in general, and it was about it kind of went over how algorithms work, and you know, it's like people tend to get, man, you fucking dicks. They get really upset about YouTube's algorithm and stuff like that. But like, it's not really a programmed algorithm. It's just, dude, where's the other water barrel? I don't think we're going to be able to go to the oubliette. That's another thing that kind of ruined the last run, was we had no access to the oubliette because a fuse on a first floor chest. Yeah, and this one, I'm betting the water barrel is in the other, is in the actual room that you need to unlock. But yeah, the algorithm is not like a programmed thing. It is a learned behavior with like certain goals in mind, like how to get people to watch views the longest, how to get people to come back to your channel and stuff like that. And it turns out like saying like please like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe is actually extremely successful for bringing people back to a channel, which sucks because I hate saying it because it sounds pathetic and pandery. But it's like, is that something I have to say? Like I have to say we'll see you next time. I have to say that at work, or I have to in some way, oh there it is, some way imply that guests are coming back, and it feels artificial and forced. So I usually don't, unless I think that we might be getting a secret shopper. Dude, this water barrel is so fucking far away. That's ridiculous. That's not a bad one. Especially if since you're talking about like fixing problems. If I told people I didn't want them to have to come back, that would be pretty fucked up. I hope you've eaten so much that you're never hungry again. I hope you have so much to drink that you die on your way out. What is this thing doing? Is it hitting flowers and stopping? Counting flower. Oh my god, it is. It's hitting like shrubbery and shit. This is ridiculous, and it Oh, it hit me. I actually was wondering what the rest of the quote was. But I think we only have two more pushes. If I line them up right. Yeah. Oh no. God damn it. Of course it couldn't be a straight path across this room. Of course. Smoking Nick. Oh man. You cannot say... So there's this product that is a chewing gum that helps you stop smoking. I just realized that I don't feel comfortable saying that name on the name of that product on stream. Sounds a little bit too much like another word. It just it's like one of those risks I'm just not willing to take. The twins. I don't even super feel comfortable saying the first name of these twins. Yipes. If we want to be honest. Or I guess the family name of these twins. Yo! I fucking hate... I really hate the Trigger Twins. I really, really do. I, like... More so than any other boss, I get fucking pincered by him. Like, it's... Everyone thinks this is the easy one. This is the one where getting hit is, like... You know... the most avoidable. But it's actually not. Oh, he just says it that way out of saying it that way. Oh, okay. That would have been nice. I mean, it still is very, very, very nice, but like... I can't believe... Oh my god, freaking head. Table-tech shotguns. Okay, so I've already gotten that one, so it's a little bit disappointing to get it again when I waited so long for it the first time. I like rhyming spelled like that, though. We can maybe open another chest if we find a secret room. There's 2 rooms that are likely. It could be south in this room. There it is. Okay, neat. So we can actually get every chest on this floor. And still have a key. That's crazy. Brown chests are the shit. Well, this run should have been... That should have been a better start, but I kept getting pressed against the wall in the Trigger Twins fight. Yeah. I mean, I totally understand that Nick O. Rhett is a reference to the nicotine in it. But it's still like, I don't know why people don't understand that. But I think people think it's like a cigarette. A way out. A way out. You just scream in your face. Imagine The Rock screaming at you about anything is enough to get you to stop. That's a lot more intense than I thought. I'm sorry, that laugh was really loud. Ugh, the keys, man. Kia and Kamara. Oh no, did the wife fall in love with him? Is that the end point of that thing? Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be one of those, like, her saying it like she's so into him. I bet with, like, do these things always home? Do I have a synergy? Or do they just, they always home and ricochet? Jesus Christ. And The Rock is one of those people who, like, they're in a field that I don't really care about. Like, I never cared about wrestling. I know that it's pretty big for you, Roddy, but, like, it's something that I liked when I was really young and I got out of it. I lost interest in it pretty quickly. But, like, I never personally cared about wrestling very much, but I always had, like, respect for how far The Rock went from, you know, starting off in wrestling to have, like, this successful acting and comedy career, while still maintaining, like, a pretty decent persona. Not ever being really, like, a bad individual. He apparently had some, like, some crying fit about the reviews and critical reception of the movie Baywatch. But beyond that, he's been pretty together in public opinion. And it's weird. It's like, it's kind of like Terry Crews. It's like, whoa, whoa. That thing did not know how to handle the ricochet. But like Terry Crews is another person who's like this big muscular ripped dude who's also just like a decent person at heart. And I think a lot of people respect that. Terry Crews is pretty religious, but like I don't hold religiosity as a negative in people. I hold religiosity as an excuse to be a dick as a negative. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, there's something I wanted to talk about. If you, or anyone you know, is in any way progressive, any way like liberal-minded, any way, you know, about doing the right thing for all kinds of peoples, vote against Joe Biden in the Democratic primaries. Joe Biden is a real problem for the Democratic Party. He's so centrist that he might as well be right-wing at this point with a lot of the shit he's saying. He has no understanding of the plight of the the more recent generations, and he doesn't seem to care about anything about besides like ensuring that he gets the vote, which is was one of the major problems that Hillary Clinton was showing. He didn't seem like much because he was just the fucking he was a silent vice president. Like, he's coming out as a real rat dick now that there's more scrutiny on him. The vice president is not someone who really sways a vote in one way or another, as told by like the horror that is Mike Pence. But he really should not be the Democratic candidate. We need somebody with some fucking spine behind him. He did run for president. Joe Biden did? I did not know that about him. Well, old age is bringing out his more conservative values, if that's the case. Even though he did some shit before that was pretty fucking awful, if you want to be right up front about it. He fought against civil rights during the marches. He like he basically said, if it were up to Joe Biden and his ilk, like I would not be able to go to school with many of my closest friends. Like, yeah, he doesn't seem to be, but like this shit about like, you know, he has this thing where he was talking about how he has no sympathy for the plight of the millennials. Like, it shows a huge lack of understanding about the way that the way and the degree that things have changed, and that kind of like the kids don't have it rough, they're just pussies mentality is pretty unacceptable, because anybody that actually takes a fucking second and looks at like the statistics and the finances of it, we are in a much rougher situation. So Jackie and I have been talking about kind of a long-term goal of buying a house, and not just, it's pretty bad in Seattle, but a house out here would cost us like I mean, maybe, but I don't think Joe Biden is necessarily speaking on their behalf. I hope people are smart enough to realize that like apathy is not going to cut it this time, but I also hope that people are going to vote before the end, you know? Like, I hope that people are going to vote before the final thing and they're really going to get their candidate in it. I think there's like pretty heavy surplus of candidates right now, which is to some degrees a good thing, having a lot of choice in a situation like this. But I think it's actually kind of problematic, because you're having people that are like fully in on one candidate and like they'd rather just not vote if their candidate's not, you know, their party's candidate. Like, and that kind of shit is exactly what happened with Hillary and Bernie Sanders. I knew many people, many people who didn't vote at all because they thought the whole election thing was rigged, and they felt like their vote didn't matter in those, so how's it going to matter? And they like fell into the whole insane belief of Hillary Clinton as a crook. Like, I think she's a flip-flopper, but I don't think that she was a crook. I think that's a crazy thing to think. Especially with, you know, the president that we got being an actual crook. I honestly don't believe that she's a crook. I believe that she's just like a kind of morally reprehensible person, and she's not, oh god, she's not of good character, but I don't think she's a fucking crook. Yeah, I don't think that she's someone that was actively out there committing felonies. Like, I think she's a stooge, but I don't think she's a crook. If that makes sense. Please let me turn in this fucking thing. God. I think of a crook as a criminal, and not just a money-focused person, but I almost got hit by that freaking shot. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really nervous that, like, that people are going to get lazy when it matters, and Trump is going to just slide on other people's apathy. Not only that, like, if we have a sorry, I'm trying really hard to not get hit, so I can't really think. If we have a Joe Biden, at least the way that Joe Biden's been, you know, showing his colors, if we have a Joe Biden presidency, it's, man, this sucks. This fucking sucks. We're not gonna have a great presidency regardless. Fucking shoot the things. God damn, this is rough. Well, no one has done that before, have they? Have they taken their primary competition as their running mate? I've always never understood why that isn't the case, but then I think the main reason is you spend all that time, like, talking about the faults in the other person in the primaries. Putting them on your party is like a kind of a, I don't know. I could really be on board with a Sanders Warren card, but Sanders is my go-to. I think that he's the only one that actually really cares about the people of this country and not just a very select group of the people of this country. Like, Biden was a competitor in 2008? I do not remember that at all. If he was a competitor, he did not make it very far. And maybe that's what makes it okay, but I don't think it can be like the top two, or I don't think it ever has been, as far as I understand, be the top two people running against each other in the primaries. No, you don't. I don't think you you announce your running mate until you're the party's candidate. I fucking hate when they put a goddamn mini boss, especially the Fusilier, between you and turning this thing in. Like, that's just, it's hard. Fusilier is not an easy freaking mini boss. I don't have shit for this fight. Oh, that was the most focused I've ever been. Well, I think Joe Biden in the eyes of the Democratic Party is Obama's friend, Joe Biden, not pre-Obama Joe Biden. I think he's kind of, he's shape-shifted a little bit. This is like the hardest decision in the world. I think Double Vision's just better, and it has more interesting synergies. Yeah, I've been using it, but I say Warren and Sanders are the only two. Yang has some good ideas, but I think his main platform of universal basic income and fear against the rise of autonomous labor. Those are both very, very good points, but I don't think they're enough. I would honestly absolutely love to see a Sanders Warren or Sanders Yang ticket. Those would be so fucking good. Yeah, I think if we have 8 years of the Democratic Party in the office, Cortez would honestly be the next person to be in office. She is. She's outspoken in the most useful and successful ways. Like, and she's the voice of a already disenfranchised like generation. She's great for the party right now. However, she's fucking putting in work already. Like, as a senator, she's making things that are untalked about be talked about. She's like way up in the Republicans' ass about these concentration camps, which are fucking concentration camps. People like getting worried about the terminology are people who don't want to hear that Americans are doing something terrible. We're doing some terrible shit right now. Like, yeah, if there was I mean, in a perfect world, in an absolutely perfect world, it would be Bernie Sanders and fucking Cortez on the ballots together. And that would be the world's easiest slam dunk in all of politics for everybody that's under, 45 years, or isn't like a successful multi-billionaire. I honestly think that Sanders would have won easily last election. He had that Obama youth vibe behind him. And me. What does the Secretary of State do? Kyle. What is his or her job description? Ooh, boy, this is like the Valley of the fucking Keys. But the compressed air tank is probably what we're gonna get. If I can have a super say in the matter. Yo, do not touch me. The table tech shotguns is actually fucking amazing, dude. Kinda. But, like, I can't really afford the, Table Tech money is amazing nowadays. It really is. Like, it has had a sea change. This is the most expensive floor of all time. It drops a lot more money. a lot more money. It is actually, like, it is a guaranteed pickup for me now. The only one that sucks now is Table Tech Rockets. Table Tech Rockets, you can fucking blow yourself up. Nah, not on my watch. It is. It really is, especially if you're not using a Pro Controller. I saw you were playing earlier when I was playing Final Fantasy 12. I was like, neat. We need another key. We need to make some more money on this floor. The way I felt about it was I'd rather have it and not play it as often as I play the PC version than not have it. You know, Isaac is my my go-to quick in, quick out Switch game. NBA 2K, what? God, I'm so glad you're playing Mario Odyssey. That game is so good the first time you play it through. Well, I mean, we kind of disagree to some degree about games, but I thought Mario Odyssey, I don't think it was better than Zelda, but it was like the most fucking refreshing Mario game I've played in such a long time. I mean, I think the only reason I'm saying that disagreement about games is because I also thought Doom 2016 was like the best game of that year. Just kidding, it's fucking Gungeon. God. You've been pranked by the prank master. Oh, yeah. You knew I was gonna say that. This is a good fight to have, something that you don't have to aim. I would love this with the compressed air tank, though, but I gotta see what kind of money we have at the end of this. Because the owl would also be good. I also gotta see if I can get some sort of ability to steal. Because the owl would be good. Oh, fuck. Wow. I really, really hate how charge guns just are released as single shots when you press the button for the for double vision. Ooh. Goldie feels good. The key is 35. If I buy a key, I can't get the compressed air tank. What? Yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. I know. I have 4 things that I can unlock, though. Oh, I can't afford that. That's good. Full Metal Jacket. I would only get if I could get an ammo-lit. The brown chest is unlocked. I think I'm actually going to do that one next. For that key opportunity. Not a key, but we just made so much money that we cannot use right now. I kind of think the keys are more valuable. With the rad gun? I kind of think the keys are more valuable. Getting 3 keys here. I think I'm gonna do it. And say check for a secret. I thought about that too, but it's too late. Dude. Alright, that was actually super big. I don't like the... I actually don't really like the... No, I don't have the M1. But I don't like the exploding shark thing because they can do damage to you. We're gonna check in here and then we're gonna scoot out. Looks like it's right here. Yeah. Wouldn't have changed nothing. Is there anything else I need to fill up? I don't think there is. I guess I can fill this up. The cool thing about this is if you stand incredibly close to the fire, you'll get hit. No, if you stand incredibly close to the fire, you can actually pick them up without being in the fire. But I'm gonna get one of those 2 shots back anyway. So we don't need to worry about money for the rest of this run, which is neat. It's a neat thing to not have to worry about. My bladder filled to the brim with urine, with pee-pee. Why do you think they had to say pee twice when they were coming up with pee-pee? Hmm? That bulletkin did not have much of an attachment to life. You know what's the strangest fucking thing about... This is something we were talking about earlier. But the strangest fucking thing about people assuming that, like, the youth is just a millennial the millennials, the youth of today, are just a bunch of spoiled babies expecting handouts, is the fucking hypocrisy of it. Like, why are handouts okay only in the hands of the already rich? Why are banks and stuff getting bailed out something that we forget about as getting handouts, but, you know, kids wanting to go to school, wanting to not be stuck for decades in student debt are whiners. Like, why is it this fucking weird thing where if you're rich and you get money from the government, it's acceptable, but if you're poor, it's because you're lazy, no matter what extenuating circumstances actually led to it? I don't get the double standard. Like, it's just one that doesn't fucking make sense to me. Why are Republicans so... Why are they so in favor of the rich staying rich? At their own expense. I don't get... I think a big part of it, and I've said this before, is the fact that we only have 2 parties. So you end up with having to put your religious beliefs and your race identity and all this stuff and your want of guns in the same grouping as you put your, like, financial obligations to your citizens and your healthcare and everything like that. Like, I kind of understand that, like, I want to be rich someday and I want to have mine when it's my turn. I don't think anybody else deserves it. That blatant selfishness that a lot of Republicans and libertarians are all about. beyond that, I feel like if we had... Oh, no, I absolutely despise them, dude. I think they're the stupidest and most short-sighted, fucking idiotic, dumb, greedy babies on the planet. Like, I mean, not to beat around the bush or anything, but, like, I think that they'd watch the world burn. I remember on Our Libertarian at one time, there was a guy who just straight up said, because, you know, gun rights are another big thing they're all about, who just said, I would be okay with 100 school shootings a day if it meant I still contain my right, or I still retain my rights to keep my guns. Like, and I was like, are you fucking serious? Like that's how you, that's what you value, is not individual life, but the ability to have things. That's fucking crazy. What do people think they're gonna fucking do if the US government attacks? They're gonna knock out, with their shotguns and ARs, they're gonna knock out Apache helicopters and shit? Like, what the fuck do they think they're going to do? I just don't get it. Do they think they're going to offer an iota of actual legitimate resistance? They just like guns. And I think, like, they need to be upfront about it. They need to be able to say, like, I like to shoot people. I think it's a Jim Jeffries quote where he's like, if you want to be a gun owner, you have to be willing to go in front of everyone you know and just say, like, I like going shooty shooty. Like, it's all it is. Like, I don't know. Anyway, talking about the things I always talk about. This election, this pre-election cycle is starting to irritate me. So Jackie and I started watching that show Chernobyl, that miniseries, which has an incredible cast. By the way, Emily Watson is like one of my favorite people that never gets enough work. She plays the scientist, the female scientist in Chernobyl, and she is a fucking treasure. She also plays the primary female character in Punch Drunk Love, which is an incredible movie. No, Emily Watson. But the movie, the show Chernobyl is like, yes, Emily Blunt Watson. The show Chernobyl is frustrating to me for a lot of the same reasons that I get frustrated about regular stuff these days. Because there's this blanket disregard for people who know what they're talking about science. And, like, we're seeing that in day-to-day life. Like, people being like, you know, you might be a scientist, but, like, I know what's up. The anti-vaxxers, the climate change deniers, the flat earthers, shit like that. Chernobyl is just, like, all of those people in their purest, freest form. I want to start off with this one. Hit him once, right where it hurts. Shit. Oh, fuck. Oop. A doop. A doodly doop. Whoa! That thing would not stop chasing me down. Holy shit. Whoa! Fuck. No! That was so much concentrated panic there. Alright, stop. Stop trying to use that. I fucking hate that. I hate that when those things spawn, they spin around so they're always pointing at you. So if you run past it, it's not going to point in the wrong direction. It's always going to point directly at you. So if it spawns really close to you and you're already in motion dodging other ones, you're pretty much just fucked. Isn't that like the false flag theory? Well, I actually don't know what the phrase false flag. I don't fully understand what a false flag is. I'll just go ahead and say that. I think it's when somebody does something terrible and then blames it on another party. Like, if a liberal were to go up and, you know, gunman down some people or whatever, and then say he was a Nazi. Well, we just got a lot of damage. That would be a false flag, as I understand it. I don't super get it. It's the idea that someone's going to do something reprehensible in order to get other people in trouble, I guess. Oh, damn. Shit, this is going to be rough. Damn it. There we go. Oh man. That sucked. Ah. You know what is really scary and like really sucks pretty severely is how insanely coordinated the attacks of a lot of these individuals are. Like, how people can like I don't know. They have like hand guides of what to do to confuse and fluster people in debates. They have strategies galore to not ever actually answer questions or deal with discrepancies in opinions, but just to sow confusion. Like, it's fucking insane. Like, there's some of that stuff out there, like, I got into this the other day, people saying, you know, there was the whole thing like, oh, Pepe is a symbol of white supremacy or whatever, and people were like, Pepe is just a meme frog or whatever, and I was like, oops, I talked about it for a while. There's a whole subreddit called Friend World, which is just, yeah, those ones are pretty out there, but like, I was talking about Friend World, which is a subreddit that harbors a lot of secret, or not so secret, but like never directly discuss racism and bigotry right beneath the surface. Like, I mean, I remember looking at the site and I was like, maybe people are wrong about this. Maybe it's just like general confusion about, come on, hey, I made it up, about the subreddit. But I read like a bunch of the most upvoted posts were like called like N-word, F-word, hater or something like that. That person was posting like everything that was getting to the top. Like it was fucking ridiculously crazy and scary. And then, you know, they post them as these like silly little frogs speaking baby talk so that they can just kind of shove you off if you have anything to say as a problem with them. Like, it's a fucking intensely well constructed manipulative symbol. Like, you make other people, you gaslight constantly. You make other people feel like they're the problem when you're doing something awful. Like, it's just crazy. Ooh, that reminds me of the time I was talking with this regular when I realized that he was a fucking nut. So I had this regular that used to come into where I work a lot, and I was really frustrated with my coworkers one day, and he could see it because I was, you know, doing a lot of their work, and he was basically telling me that I needed to gaslight them into thinking that like I was incapable and they were, or not that I was incapable, but that like I can't remember what it was, but I was like, he literally used the word gaslighting. He's like, you need to just gaslight them. That's how you get people to do what you want. You like make them feel like the problem was always theirs or whatever. And I was like, isn't that a little bit manipulative? And he was like, oh yeah, it's great. Like, he was really, really excited about the idea of, oh shit. About emotionally and mentally manipulating my coworkers. And it was fucking creepy and weird. Like, it was so weird. To hear someone just be like, fuck yeah, it's manipulative. Like, shit, that's not the backup weapon I want. I don't know. Stuff like that always freaks me out because I know that that guy is pretty well off. A lot of our customers are surprisingly well off. Or I guess not surprisingly because we're kind of expensive. I didn't think I was going to make it out of that one. It's so weird that people can, like, be comfortably awful. Like, anytime I realize I've been doing something that's, like, harmful to someone, I spend a little while just, like, thinking extensively about, like, what led up to me doing this terrible thing. Like, I can't get my mind off of just how I could have hurt this person. No, we get tons of people that just that just order ginger beer. Ginger beer is pretty popular. Why didn't I sell that? Oh, whatever. Keep getting money. You talking about creeper stuff? You know what stupid, well, I'm terrible at geography in general, but One stupid thing that always surprises me is how big the West Coast is. Like, I know that the East Coast is huge, but the East Coast is also like 20 fucking states. The West Coast is 3. And it's almost, it's probably actually bigger because, damn it. Oh, definitely getting hit here. Yep. What the fuck was my reaction there? That was weird. Because it curves around down at the bottom. Sweet. I have kept one detail of my life temporarily private. Kind of. Multiple times. And the thing is, it's a nice mall. That's the thing that is so weird about it. No, it's where I work. Jackie like actually works right in like the center of Touristville, Seattle. She works in the area where everyone who comes to Seattle goes. It's the first place I mean, it's near, it's not the Space Needle. Everybody thinks I'm talking about the Space Needle, but it's right near Pike's Market, which is if anybody knows like anything about Seattle, it's kind of the place you have to stop. It's where the original Starbucks is, and so many other obnoxious things. I didn't have any ammo left. Now I have any ammo left. You know what I don't like about Minecraft? Watching people craft in straight lines. Or, craft. Watching people mine through mountains in straight lines. Because it's boring as shit. And as someone who hasn't played the game, like, I understand the value of it, but it's just like I watched Fox's play that game. I watched him for about 25 minutes streaming Minecraft. And it was him literally just in this cave digging through in straight lines and then turning a left or going up or down and then digging a little bit more in another straight line. Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't think that that's like I'm not actually upset about it or anything like that, but it's very hard for me to watch. I don't know what regular guns to use. This is kind of whack. Did I find the secret room? Or am I not gonna look? I'm not gonna look for it. The disintegrator is not worth the damage loss. Making a church? Well, Kyle the Creationist pops up his head again. Oops. I understand why you mine in straight lines also. Like, I get it. Easier to find your way out. You breadcrumb trail with torches. It's just, I don't know. I didn't find it very thrilling to watch, I guess. But I mean, people could say the same thing about me, and I'm sure if they even knew who I was, they would. You know, I never use the Alien Engine in Hell. I mean, it's fucking stupid to do, but like, it's weird to be in a situation where I kind of feel like it's not necessary, but like a super good idea. Yeah, I mean, I started off saying like why I don't like watching people play Minecraft. It's not about the game itself. I don't have a complaint about the game itself. It's about the streamed aspect of it. I respect the hell out of Minecraft. Not really its creator much anymore, but... Damn it. God, table tech shotguns getting the extra damage from my, oh god, from my, what do you call it, my gilded bullets. It's just ridiculous. Is that the Nicotrell thing? Roddy? Oh, it's not the one you mean. SNL does a really, really good job of keeping their stuff off of YouTube. The stuff they don't want on YouTube. Oh, never mind, you found it. Oh, it's unstreamable. Okay, that's fine. You see that fucking genius level move there? Me putting my back to the wall before taking that guy out. It's a genius level move because I've fallen in that hole a billion times. With any kind of pushback. Oh man. Almost did it right there. Yeah, why did I get rid of my blank? When I could easily just take a hit. I mean, I'm gonna take hits anyway, because I'm still playing like a jackass. Oh, god damn. These last two runs I played have been me falling apart at the end. What do you got for me? I mean, I kind of fell apart in the beginning on this one, actually, if you want to be real about it. Oh, fuck. That Trigger Twins fight, man. That's all it took. Come on! They're the smartest fucking enemies I've ever fought against. There we go. There we go. Whoops. Whoops. Doodle. Damn it. That's why the chili pepper, the spicy pep balls, that's why it's the best item in the game, right there. Ooh, boy. Ooh, maybe something decent. Probably not, because it's in a bluey. You know what really fucked us on the last run, now that I'm thinking about it? Well, it wasn't the only thing that fucked us, but a thing that fucked us on the last run was curse. I just ripped ass. So I have the Corsair. And I would have the I-Bomb Companion app, but I'm not going to do it this time. I've done it twice recently, after like an actual year of not getting it. And also, I prefer double vision in this case. Double vision with the super fast shotgun on stage 2 of the Lich is going to just eviscerate. You know, I've always hated the Galaxy Brain meme just because it's so hard to look at. Like, those illustrations are just terrible to look at. It's true. That's true, that may be. All right. That was a good first round. It was a good first phase, I mean. I was just thinking, how did I not go to the Old King? It's because of Fusilier. Fusilier. Yo, shit. Shit. Ugh. Fuck. I knew I wasn't gonna make that jump. Man, this is a good run that's also just another nothing run. I've been having way too many nothing runs recently. Like, that was another run that was good through and through, but just marred and scratched and damaged by my own performance. That's rough shit, man. I want to do one thing in Final Fantasy if you guys want to watch. Oh man, I bet the title still says LPL, doesn't it? Well, shit. That's a lot of money. Oops.